Hey there Trailblazers, so the official kits for the new version 2.3 characters have just dropped today, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Firefly or Sam's newly updated kit, to see what has changed from the older version of her kit that we covered last time. We will also go over her light cone, which also got revealed, to see if it's worth going for if you are a free-to-play player. After this video, I'll also be going over Jade's newly updated 2.3 kit in the next video, so stay tuned for that by subscribing to this channel. First, let's go over Sam's basic attack, Order Flare Propulsion. Deals fire damage equal to 50% up to 130% of Sam's attack to a single enemy. Sam's skill, Aerial Bombardment. Consumes HP equal to 50% of max HP, to recover a set amount of energy equal to 50% of max energy. Deals fire damage equal to 125% up to 312% of Sam's attack to a single enemy. If the current HP is insufficient, Sam's current HP is reduced to 1 when using the skill. This skill basically deals single target fire damage by consuming a portion of Sam's max HP and provides extra energy to charge up Sam's ultimate. Like Blade and Eidolon, if HP is insufficient, then it consumes until 1 HP. Sam's ultimate, Firefly Type 4. Complete Combustion. Cost, 240 energy. Enters the complete combustion state, advances forward this unit's action by 100% and gain enhanced basic attack and enhanced skill. While in the complete combustion state, speed increases by 25 up to 62. When using enhanced skill, increases damage dealt to weakness broken enemies by 7.2% up to 14.4%, and increases weakness break efficiency by 50%, lasting until the current attack ends. A complete combustion countdown appears on the action order bar. When the countdown turn begins, Sam exits the complete combustion state. The countdown has its own fixed speed of 90. While in the complete combustion state, Sam cannot use the ultimate. So along with advancing Sam's own action forward, the ultimate state also gives 62 speed, 14.4% damage dealt, and even 50% weakness break efficiency, which is comparable to the weakness break efficiency provided by Ruin May's skill. So if you run her with Ruin May, you will get about 100% weakness break efficiency, which is enough to completely weakness break smaller mobs from a full weakness bar in one hit, and almost close to breaking the weakness bars of most elites and bosses. Sam's enhanced basic attack, Firefly Type 4 Pyrogenic Decimation, restores HP equal to 20% of max HP, deals fire damage equal to 150% up to 310% of Sam's attack to a single enemy. Enhanced skill, Firefly Type 4, Dying Star Overload, restores HP equal to 35% of max HP. If the enemy does not have fire weakness, implant fire weakness on a single enemy, lasting for 2 turns. Deals fire damage equal to 0.5 multiplied by break effect, plus 240% up to 480% of Sam's attack to a single enemy, and 0.25 multiplied by break effect, plus 120% up to 240% of Sam's attack to adjacent enemies, for up to 360% break effect. Both of these enhanced attacks are designed to regain the HP lost from using Sam's normal skill, so she is able to sustain herself. The enhanced skill also implants a fire weakness on a single target, similar to Boot Hill's ultimate. The weakness implant used to only be part of her E1, now it's been transferred to her base kit, which is good for free-to-play pullers, as now pulling for her E1 is completely optional, as opposed to unlocking a major part of her kit. Sam's talent, Chrysalid Pyronexus, received damage decreases with current HP. The received damage decrease effect reaches its maximum decrease of 20% up to 50% when current HP is less than or equal to 20%. When maintaining the maximum received damage decrease effect in the complete combustion state, effect resistance increases by 10% up to 32%. So to put it in simpler terms, the more HP Sam loses, the higher the damage reduction becomes. This is easy to maintain, as she consumes 50% of her max HP every time she uses her skill. Combine that with the HP restore from her enhanced attacks, and she will reliably be able to sustain herself from the HP drain incurred from her non-enhanced skill. The talent also grants her up to 32% effect resistance if she drains up to 20% max HP. Combined with the effect resistance granted by Aventurine and Sam, will almost never be getting crowd controlled by any enemy. Sam's technique Delta Order, Meteoric Incineration, leaps into the air and moves without restrictions, lasts for 5 seconds and can be ended prematurely via basic attack. When the duration ends, Sam descends and immediately attacks all enemies within a set area. When each wave begins, implants fire weakness on enemies without fire weakness, lasting for 2 turns. Thereafter, deals fire damage to all enemies, equal to 200% of Sam's attack. This technique is basically the AoE version of the weakness implant from Sam's skill, where it implants fire weakness on all enemies without a fire weakness each time a new wave starts. This allows you to quickly break and kill the smaller mobs, while weakness breaking bosses and dealing huge damage. The weakness implant can then be maintained on the elites and bosses through Sam's skill, after the 2-turn effect of the technique wears off. Now let's go over Sam's traces. Minor trace stats. Break effect 37.3%, effect res 18%, speed 5, major trace 1, module alpha, anti-lag burst. While in the complete combustion state, toughness is also reduced when attacking enemies, equal to 55% of the ability's original toughness, reducing damage. So with this trace, even if you don't have a fire weakness, you can reduce the enemy's toughness bar when you're in your transformed state. Although keep in mind this toughness reduction is only 55% of the ability's original toughness damage. Major trace 2, module beta, self-limiting armor. For every 100 of Sam's attack that exceeds 2400, increases Sam's own break effect by 6% up to a maximum increase of 60%. With this you just get extra break effect for every 100 attack you build on Sam that exceeds 2400 attack. Major trace 3, module gamma, core overload. While in a complete combustion state, when Sam's break effect is greater than or equal to 250% or 360%, attacks ignore 30% or 40% of the target's defense. This trace is pretty big for Sam's damage, as it allows her to ignore up to 40% of the enemy's defense. If she has over 360% break effect on her own, when she's in her transformed state. If you combine this with nihility supports like Pella or Silverwolf, you can get close to 78% defense ignore, which is huge. Sam's light cone, whereabouts should dreams rest. Effect Metamorphosis increases the wearer's break effect by 60% up to 100%. When the wearer deals break damage to an enemy, inflicts the enemy with crushed, lasting for 2 turns. Crushed enemies receive damage increases by 15% up to 25% and speed decreases by 15%. Effects of the same type cannot stack. This light cone is great to go for if you don't have the relics to fulfill the 360% break effect requirement for Sam. Otherwise, the free-to-play 5-star light cone from Herta's shop would still be a more viable option. Now finally let's go over Sam's Eidolons. E1, I once slumbered in Crimson Cocoon. Ignores 15% of the target's defense when using enhanced skill, and the enhanced skill does not consume skill points. This Eidolon gives an extra 15% defense ignore when using the enhanced skill, and the enhanced skill also no longer consumes a skill point when being used, which is a bit unfortunate, as this means Sam does consume a skill point when using an enhanced skill at E0, which means she will be quite skill point hungry unless you get E1. E2, falling from the shattered sky. While using an enhanced attack in the complete combustion state, when the enhanced skill defeats an enemy target, or causes them to be weakness broken, Sam immediately gains an additional turn. This effect can be triggered again after 1 turn. This basically gives Sam equivalent of Seal's Resurgence, after she either defeats or weakness breaks an enemy using her enhanced skill. E4, I will witness the glow of fireflies. While in a complete combustion state, Sam will be immune to crowd control debuffs. This effect can only be triggered 2 times per complete combustion. E6, blooming in the Paramount Morrow. While in a complete combustion state, Sam's fire resistance penetration increases by 12%. When using enhanced basic attack or enhanced skill, weakness break efficiency increases by 50%. This E6 increases Sam's weakness break efficiency by 100%, and by adding Ruin May to the mix, you can get up to over 150% weakness break efficiency, which is enough to quickly weakness break most of the enemies in the game. So these are all the details we got regarding Firefly's newly updated kit. What are your thoughts on this new kit? And are you going to be pulling for Firefly when she drops in version 2.3? Let me know in the comments down below, and be sure to check out my Jade's kit review when that drops by subscribing to my channel. I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.